there are a lot of qualities of him that I love. I love him as a person.
Sounds like you also.
Yeah, this is,
It's such a cool thing.
you know, no, it's true. You know why? Because a lot of the time, what happens is that जब आर्या गाड़ी के अंदर जाती है ना पहले उसका बैग जाती है.
हाँ.
Okay, so then and Arya is constantly, because she's wearing also clothes and all the rest. So Sushmita is also saying, where do I put my gun, Captain? Where do I put my gun? Where do I put my gun? Get over when you're editing. What will the audience think after they've thought about that? Namaste, Rohini ma'am.
Namaste. Okay, then let's read this. Let's start off by saying, I said, hi sir, how are you? And then you're mamming me now.
Exactly. You don't sir me, okay, till I'm knighted.
Inshallah.
Exactly.
Why not? But thank you for talking to me, Sikander and Ram. We're here to talk about Aarya, part 2, season 3. क्यों ये अंतिम बार? I don't like this word अंतिम. Okay, so let me start off with that. क्यों आप बोल रहे हैं मुझे अंतिम है?
ये आप प्लीज यहाँ के जो मालिक लोग जो है प्लीज आप उनको पूछिए.
नहीं, लेकिन as somebody who is the creator of this series, are you making a promise to us कि अब ये खत्म हो रहा है before we go into the next 4 episodes?
What would you like?
Never.
Then put it out there. Make a public petition.
That's true, actually.
By public demand. Steven Soderbergh has retired in his career at least 5 times so far.
बिल्कुल. It's funny you say that क्योंकि I'm representing Fever. This is a radio station.
Right.
और हम इस वक्त कह रहे हैं कि Fever का रिमोट आपके हाथ में है. तो हम भी अपने ऑडियंस से कह रहे हैं कि आप हमें बताओ आपको रेडियो पे क्या सुनना है. So I think that this is really catching on,
I think it's a good thing because eventually we are in. I keep saying I'm in the service of my actor, but eventually we are all in the service of
people.
That remote control, and that the power of that remote control today more than any other day in the crowded space that we are in, that is a huge, that's more than a gun. Okay, because if they press switch and they go to the next channel or the next whatever it is,
it's over.
Our career is done.
Yeah.
So we have to be more and more conscious of the fact that we are not here to waste their time.
Absolutely.
Which yet doesn't mean that we pander to their
every demand.
Yes. But we have to be listening, and I think they also are intelligent enough to make sure that they are guiding us correctly.
क्योंकि उनका ये अंतिम बार तो उनका है सर, है ना? I'm very upset with this.
Actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, you're right. And if you don't want it to be the antim var, then just say so.
Daulat, I mean Sikander. Sorry, we're both calling you.
If you say Daulat, I'll be silent through the interview.
No, I think it's amazing. I think Daulat के साथ एक मोहब्बत जो हमारी जुड़ी with season 1, I think it's only grown. And I want to ask you this: going in, did you ever think that this would be the sort of response or reaction to a character? And how much do you love Daulat?
Yeah, I love Daulat. I think I really like the guy. To be very honest, even though he has killed people, for whatever reason, there are a lot of qualities of him that I love. I love him as a person. To the main part, I had absolutely no clue that this character would connect with people the way it did. Yeah. Not at all. I mean, I don't think, I never have it, then it's always it's a pleasant surprise, or this was rather overwhelming, to be honest, after the first one, in such a lovely way. As you said, you work for the audience, and then when a show does well, and then the character gets so much love, it's literally a blessing only. I mean, it's not like I'm just saying it for the sake of it. For me, I really cherish it. It's always going to be
with you.
I think also what happens is that, are you actually cherishing the value of that, and are you actually sort of taking that for granted? And more, I think certainly with me and Sikander, we're basically always saying, man, we're here. It's promotions of Aarya season 3. It's amazing that they want to actually interview us. Whereas we could have basically been saying, "Arey yaar, just another interview, yaar. What is this, etc." Because you get jaded, right, with the junket on the day.
Yes. At one point, when I was thinking of एक कोई होना चाहिए life में आपके, like a partner. But after this show, I just want a Daulat.
Stand in queue. I may be part of that queue too.
Everybody-
Yeah.
You know, I was actually wanting to ask you, did you think that your understanding of Daulat has grown over the 3 seasons? Because in season 1, even though you did a great job, you know, you probably just met him.
Yeah.
In season 2, you probably got to know him.
Yeah.
In season 3, you probably like him
Yeah.
or not. तो ये जो रिश्ता है दौलत के साथ कैसे बदला है 3 seasons में?
I met him the first time. It was
You
a-
want to get married to him?
I'd marry him.
I'd marry him.
Okay, then हो गया बस.
I'd marry him.
तो आपका ये पक्का बात पक्की होगी ना. पहले तो आप engaged थे.
हाँ.
पहली
फिर
मुलाकात,
रोका हुआ.
पहली मुलाकात, फिर रोका और अब
Exactly. अभी
शादी.
शादी
I'll
होगी.
शादी. And it'll be the अंतिम बार.
But
But
yeah.
no, it's like I always find him, because I come back to him after a year. I find him a little challenging to again meet him. So I'm always actually meeting him again for the first time, because it's like that. But then we find each other some way.
When you started this show, I remember we spoke then, and now we're speaking again. It's like the loneliness of a long distance runner, right? Like a show like this that keeps us coming back to it as audience as well as creator. What is the muscle that you're using to have the same enthusiasm, energy, love, and the ability to find something new every time you come to the show? It fascinates me. I don't know what it takes. Please मुझे बताइए.
I think fear. There's no other motivation. I'm scared that, see, to me, apart from the family and the audience and my relatives who I meet sometimes in Lucknow or Indore, or my eye doctor who tells me what he felt, or my dentist who tells me this season, that season. So but more than anything else, I think even the critics. My reputation is made also by the people who are writing about me. And even though people say, no, we only care about the audience, no, I care about it all. And so if I don't get all the successes, personal success, critical success, commercial success, public success, if I don't get all of it, then I feel like, oh gosh, I haven't, sort of done justice to what I was meant to do. So what keeps me going is the fear that I won't get that recognition, or I won't get that acknowledgement, or I won't get that affection, or I won't do right by the characters that I have. Like, for instance, if I haven't done justice to a character, I can't look them in the eye, or to that actor. When I can look you in the eye, listen, I said, I did justice to you, okay? People love you, the show works. So I think more than anything else, it's just, I'm constantly in a state of fear and anxiety. When you're writing, you're thinking, will it work? When you're shooting, will it get over? When you're editing, what will the audience think after they've thought about that? I have a friend whose name is Gagan, and who's the Gagan,
phenomenal
from Chef. So
chef.
I asked, so he said,
Gagan of Gagan.
yeah. So he said, my mother said to me, once you climb a mountain, remember that you're meant to climb down the mountain before you climb up another mountain. Okay, and I don't want to climb down the mountain. I want to go from mountain to mountain. Okay, so this, I said, oh gosh, does this mean that if I've climbed one mountain, that the next one I'm going to, not go from, why can't it just go from mountain to mountain? Why do I have to climb down? I don't want to climb down.
Interesting. What a nice way he's put it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
and what a nice thing for a mother to say, right? Which is like full wisdom. Yeah, and I keep saying that, okay, we've chosen the mountain to climb. Nobody told us, right? We said we'll climb this mountain, and there will be frostbite. There'll be people who will be throwing you off. You'll lose a toe, maybe more. You lose a limb. We don't know. Okay, all this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, but remember, you can't go below base camp. Okay, because if that's it. If you go below base camp, then you've stopped climbing the mountain.
Absolutely. I remember an interview I read. It came back to me today after so long. जहाँ पर आपने कहा था it's so much more fun to have a female Don.
Yes.
Because women always carry bags, and it's easier to hide a gun in a bag. I loved
It
it.
sounds like you also.
Yeah,
It's such a cool thing. you said.
No, it's true. You know why? Because a lot of the time, what happens is that जब आर्या गाड़ी के अंदर जाती है ना पहले उसका बैग जाती है.
हाँ.
Okay, so then and Arya is constantly, because she's wearing also clothes and all the rest. That so Sushmita is also saying, where do I put my gun, Captain? Where do I put my gun? Where do I put my gun? Like, you know, so that bag, which Thea is our costume designer, she's fantastic. So that bag is very important because, you know, they always say, like, what's in a woman's bag, right? It's a big mystery, right? But one of the things that Arya certainly has in her bag is that gun.
How has your relationship evolved with Sushmita Sen because of this project over these seasons? And now this question is for both of you because I would love to have a relationship with her. I'm not Ram Madhvani or Sikander Kher.
Excuse me, you seem to be wanting a relationship.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Exactly. Now,
Daulat and Aarya.
And Arya. Now, this
And
is,
Sushmita.
excuse me.
And
No, it's
Ocean?
Daulat and Sushmita Sen.
Ah!
ये फर्क आप समझिएगा. That is it. Okay, fine. It's
Not just
Daulat
that,
and
guys. I
Sushmita.
think an ocean refuses no river.
Oh! I think two things. One is that there is every star or every actor who is a star has an obligation to be that star. Okay. Some take it as an obligation. Sushmita doesn't. Over time, I've understood that her life is led in a way in which, and you know, when I meet her, I can see that there is a, how shall I say, a connection between the obligation of the star and who she is. She therefore lives that. And I think that is one thing that I've realized, that she's not putting it on. She is that. Sometimes what happens as actors, you have to put on the obligation of being that star. And then you
So आप
realize,
कह रहे हैं कि they might be slightly nicer to you?
not nicer, different.
Okay.
When because they have to be
On and off,
and
yeah.
off, yeah.
बिल्कुल.
With Sushmita, this is who she is, and I think that's been one of the, to be in that aura, which is a nice thing, because like I keep saying, when she enters a room, you can see the energy shift. You don't know, like just now, if she entered that room, you'd know, you know, and I think that's a big deal, because the way that she will do that, and therefore that energy and that force is something which is nice to see, and also observe, and also sort of say, are these things that come naturally, or do they, I mean, if I was to therefore have that force, how do I walk into a room?
Is it practiced?
I mean, it's great only my relationship with her. I mean, I've gotten to know her. It's everything with everybody, in fact. But with her, it's a lot of my work is with her also.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is a lot of ease that comes across. She's understood me. I've kind of understood. The more you work with people, the better.
Yeah. Do you think that has impacted your performance as the two of you, as Aarya and Daulat?
Always, I think you are not acting alone. You're acting with another person always.
Always.
And I think with comfort, it only gets easier, because she can tell me something and I can tell her something, you know. So that's cool. I mean, I love her. I love hanging out with her. I mean, more than anything else, literally, I don't even think of her most of the time as work. We just think we're just hanging out, and we're on set, we're at location in Rajasthan, we're on an RMF, on Aarya, on that project. It's literally a holiday for everyone. So we actually look forward to it, because the atmosphere that has been created has been conducive for friendships to Panpo.
Yeah.
You know, it
Bilkul,
really
yeah.
that really matters in the surrounding that you're in.
I remember Karthik Aaryan telling me that Ram Madhvani ने मुझे एक बेहतर actor बनाया है. So I wonder if anybody says that on this set.
मुझे तो definitely, मुझे तो दौलत दिया उन्होंने. मुझे तो एक यहाँ से चल रहा था, फिर अब यहाँ चलने लगा हूँ.
But that's nice of him to say. I don't think that happens. I don't think that I have the power to make anybody a better actor. I think that is wrong, because I think that actor has it in them, whether it's, you know, whoever that I'm working with, they have it in them. And what I do is I make the environment with the 360-degree process, where they can not be worried about the handcuffs of the industrial processes of filmmaking. I make sure that there's no lights, there's no focus problems. I make sure that it's easier for them perhaps to not worry about all the other stuff that you have to worry about as an actor, which comes in the way of actually being in that moment. So I will never get an actor to act to a thermocol. I will never get that. And because, like he was saying, you're never acting by
Alone,
yourself.
yeah.
But a lot of the time, in a lot of the shoots, you are acting by yourself or with a first AD or a second AD who's actually giving you lines. So if acting is reacting and it is interacting, then I have to make sure that the actor is there. There is no question of that actor being in the makeup, and you're not doing the
Correct.
other actor a favor
Yeah.
by saying, "मैं आपको मैंने lines दिए हैं, camera के पीछे
वो
से
होता नहीं है sir,
Yeah. So I'm making sure that all the actors are in the room.
Yeah.
And there's no shot of him and there's no shot of that.
Yeah.
It's everybody is together and actually feeding off each other.
And I think it's basic, sorry to interrupt, I think
Yeah.
it's basic etiquette from an actor to be there, to be giving lines to your co-actor when it's their shot.
But
And
at the
with
same
this-
time, I don't want to be in a position where even the actor has to be giving lines. You're in the shot with the actor. So I'm constantly shooting with 2-3 cameras saying
Correct.
that now this
आप
room
लोग
is
हैं
there now.
साथ में, बिल्कुल,
Yeah,
बिल्कुल,
अभी आप
ये
साथ में
आसान
acting
हो
के-
जाएगा।
Yeah, मैं craft तो मैं कर लूँगा बाद में. Shot taking तो अभी आप छोड़ दो. Because this is not, so my films are not camera driven, they're character driven. So where the actor or the character goes is where my camera goes, not the
Yes,
other way
I
around.
remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that. Of
exactly.
course.
Mr. Actor, that you're going to be in the makeup and while this other shot is being taken,
Yeah.
like I think that is conceit.
Ah,
That is
yeah.
arrogance.
Absolutely.
It's awful.
It's awful.
It's
like, no.
awful.
That's awful.
You should literally not be allowed on a set again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not doing anybody a favor.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must say that I love the fact that Ila ji is part of your show.
She's too good, yeah. She's
She is.
yeah.
Hi. I love her. I'm so grateful that
Yeah.
I've had a relationship with her in
Right.
terms of, just as someone who's interviewed her over the years.
Right.
And her work has always inspired me.
Yeah.
I think that she brings a certain, I don't even know, there's no word to describe it. There is a presence. That's the only thing I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was,
formidable.
it was very sweet seeing her because of the 360-degree system. She was quite nervous, and therefore on day one, because she'd never, and of course, a lot of it is just the actor's anxiety. But, and I said to her, Ilaji, you're not playing a villain, right? This is a joint family. और ये joint family के अंदर, you just happen to be that chachi who is got a little namak. Okay. And we've got enough people in every family who you have to be a little careful about. Yeah. So that mithas with which she can kill you in the the way that she even speaks to him. हाँ इनको यहाँ से निकाल दो. Like she'll just laugh and you're saying, wow, how beautifully delivered, because she got the chachi part of it, while being the don part of it.
Amazing. What a great brief.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought of this, but now it all makes sense.
It's like that. It's a joint family. This is who you are. You're not talking about killing people or crime. Or, that's all. That's all fine.
Personally, are you a binge watcher, or are you okay with this 4 episode?
I'm a binge watcher.
You are, no?
Yeah.
So then
I like,
how does one deal with
or
this?
I'll wait. I'll wait for all of them to come.
No, I think we've had a lot of people who have said that they haven't been happy with 3.1, 3.2. I've asked Disney Plus Hotstar what the numbers are saying. The numbers don't tell us the feelings. And the numbers themselves are feelings, but the numbers are good.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes.
And people are waiting for 3.2, which is also great. Imagine if we had put 3.1 and 3.2 together, we wouldn't be here today.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's good.
I'm very glad. I'm very glad. I mean, अगली बार तो एक एपिसोड के बाद बात करेंगे.
Even the person who wrote like Chandrakanta, okay, those were all serialized weekly. Even Charles Dickens were all serialized
बड़े
weekly.
होते हुए हम महाभारत
Yeah, everything was serialized and
Right.
weekly.
Ramayana, Mahabharata.
Yeah, so next time you're going to get 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.
5, 3.6,
3.8.
3.8.
Amazing. I'm so glad that we had this opportunity, honestly, because anytime sitting down with each of you and now together is always, I'll take back something. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
talking
much.
to me.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
wonderful.
No, thank you so much.